the pirate queen of Zingara. Arata was born in a small fishing village on the coast of Zingara, a land of chivalry and treachery. Her father was a fisherman, her mother a seamstress. She grew up dreaming of the sea, of the ships that sailed to distant lands, of adventures that awaited beyond the horizon. She loved to hear tales of the Zingarian freebooters, the brave and daring pirates who raided the merchant vessels of Argos, Aquilonia, and Stygia. She admired their courage, their skill, their freedom. She was 12 when she saw her first pirate ship. It was a sleek and swift galley, painted red and black, with a skull and crossbones flag flying from the mast. It came into the harbor one night under the cover of darkness and anchored near the shore. Arata watched from her window as a boat full of armed men rowed to the pier, where they met with cloaked figures who handed them a large sack of gold. She guessed it was a ransom for a noble or merchant they had captured. She wished she could join them to see the world, to share in their riches. She got her chance when she was 16. A plague swept through the village, killing many people, including her parents. She was left alone with no money and no future. She decided to run away, to seek her fortune on the sea. She packed a few belongings in a sack, stole a knife from the market, and snuck onto the pirate ship that returned to the harbor. She hid in the hold, among the barrels and crates, hoping to go unnoticed until they set sail. She was discovered by the captain, a tall and handsome man with long black hair and a scar across his cheek. He was furious at first, but then he saw something in her eyes that intrigued him. He asked her who she was and what she wanted. She told him her name and her story, and begged him to let her stay. She said she wanted to be a pirate, to fight and plunder, and to live by her own rules. He laughed at her boldness, and he also admired it. He decided to give her a chance, to test her mettle, to see if she had what it took to be one of her crew. He took her under his wing, taught her how to sail and fight and survive on the sea. He gave her a cutlass and showed her a magical device called a blunderbuss, and showed her how to use it. He made her his cabin girl, his personal assistant and confidant. He also made her his lover, his passion and his prize. He called her his little firebrand, his fierce and fearless beauty. Arata proved herself to be a quick learner and a natural leader. She earned the respect and loyalty of the other pirates, who followed her into battle and listened to her advice. She became the captain's right-hand man, his partner in crime and in love. Together they raided ships and ports, amassed a fortune in gold and jewels, and made a name for themselves as the most feared pirates in Zingara. They also made many enemies, who sought to capture or kill them. One of them was the Admiral of Aquilonia, who had lost his brother to their blades. He vowed to bring them to justice or to their graves. He gathered a fleet of warships and set out to hunt them down. He found them in a cove near Arata's home village, where they had gone to restock their supplies and visit their old friends. He attacked them by surprise with overwhelming force. The pirate ship was outnumbered and outgunned. It fought back with courage and cunning. Arata led the defense, firing cannons and muskets at the enemy ships. The captain joined her on the deck, wielding his sword and pistol with fury and skill. They fought bravely, but they were doomed. The enemy ships closed in from all sides, blasting them with cannonballs and grape shot. The pirate ship was riddled with holes and set on fire. The pirates were killed and wounded or captured. Arata watched as the captain fell beside her, hit by a musket ball to the chest. He smiled at her with a dying breath, told her he loved her more than anything in this world or the next. Arata felt a surge of grief and rage in her heart. She picked up his sword and blunderbuss, determined to avenge him or die with him. She charged at the nearest enemy ship, firing at anyone who stood in her way. She boarded it with a leap, slashing and shooting the sailors who tried to stop her. She fought like a lioness, like a demoness. She reached the admiral's cabin where she was watching the battle from the window. She turned to her and saw her, recognized her as the pirate queen, the captain's lover. He reached for his sword, but she was faster. She shot him in the head and stabbed him in the heart. She spat on his corpse, took his gold and jewels. She also took his flag, the symbol of his authority and power. She ran back to the deck, waving the flag and shouting. She called to her surviving comrades and told them to follow her. She jumped back to her ship, which was still burning and sinking. She climbed to the mast where the pirate ship was flying. She tore it down and replaced it with the admiral's flag. She raised it high, defiant and proud. She looked at the enemy ships, which were stunned and confused by her actions. She laughed at them and taunted them, daring them to come get her. She knew that she had no chance of escape or survival, but she didn't care. She had avenged her captain, her lover. She had made her mark on history. She had lived as a pirate, and she would die as one. She waited for the end, with a smile on her face and a song in her heart, but the end did not come. She would have many more adventures to survive.